Like it. I recognise the voice there. The first few seconds in, I was like, I recognise this voice. Is this you, Nigel Thomas?
I was really hoping you wouldn't.
I was
I
like,
could do a big, it's me, you fool. You've taken away a little piece of Christmas pleasure for me.
the big reveal.
Yeah.
I was like, what's that sort of voice that's kind of derivative of the Beatles,
You love
Paul McCartney? That's
So,
Nigel Thomas.
a human voice that sounds like yes.
Ra-pa-pa-pum-pum. But you know what? I would say that's actually the best. Oh, I don't know.
Christmas song ever. That's very kind of you, mate.
He's the best. I don't like that carol normally, but I thought that was a good rendition of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
That was your funky version.
Yeah, a bit more funky because it sounds a bit sort of religious when I've heard it before. It's all a bit like earnest, like ra-ba-ba-ba, but you liven it up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That was the aim.
Well, you succeeded in that aim.
Yeah. And all proceeds go to Mind. If you're interested in
I was going to ask. Yeah, I thought I seem to remember.
purchasing
Now, so you're almost like as holy and like Mother Teresa as Wham's George Michael.
No, it was all Tally's idea.
Because that's it. Because I was like, surely you're the sort of person who wants to write that Christmas tune to cash out.
I just thought it'd be free promo. Tally was the one who said, "Let's do this for charity." And
okay.
I got to grit my teeth and say, "Fine." So yeah, doesn't get any cash.
Well, this, including this in the podcast,
Yeah,
which is available on Spotify and YouTube.
well,
and
Bandcamp. If you want to buy it,
oh, well, you're right.
which is these days, buying music, it's ridiculous. What an idea!
But you have got through Spotify or YouTube or whatever. If people are listening to this podcast, you would have made 0.00001 pence cents of a dollar pound.
But maybe thanks to this podcast, it will earn a few pence.
I remember I was listening to your album on Spotify one time, and it gave. I don't think it does anymore, but for a while they were experimenting. I think, and they said, "Oh, would you like to donate money to this artist, to this
Really?
new artist?" And I
It
gave a
said it.
$5.
There was an advert.
Yeah, it's popped up on Spotify. Yeah. I think it must have been something they just tried for a while. And then
I don't remember.
Did you remember
ever getting a $5.
So I donated a $5. No,
To
you
me?
do. You messaged me. You messaged me.
Did I?
Yeah. You went, oh, thanks for that. You said, oh, Spotify's told me you give me a $5. That's more than I've ever earned from Spotify ever.
Yeah, that's a decade's worth of Spotify earnings. That's very kind.
How much do you get for a song? Like if someone plays one of your singles or whatever.
I mean, 0.0000. So I mean, yeah, very little.
0.0000.
It's an ongoing thing about you artists getting so little from Spotify.
Because I pay what do I pay? It's £5 or £10 a month for that. Where does that money go?
It's £10 a month. Well, record companies, Spotify itself.
Which I read it was like owned by record companies mostly.
Spotify.
Yeah, is that right?
So, well, no, Spotify is owned by two Swiss people.
Swiss, okay.
Daniel Ek
Swiss,
and Martin Lorentzen.
I guess it's like for them it's Christmas every day with the other 0.9999999
Yeah, I mean there must
pence
be
in the pound.
Must be multi-billionaires.
I don't want to. I mean, perhaps don't want to slag off our overlords who probably want to be friends with Spotify, but like Oliver Twist and who's the guy who used to work for Oliver Twist?
Who's the guy who used to work?
Oh my God, Ebenezer Scrooge and.
These are different books. You don't.
I know. It's the Christmas spirits are kicking. All right. So Ebenezer Scrooge, and then he saw like little Tom Thumb, and he's working.
Tom Thumb.
I know it's not Tom Sawyer, was it? Oh no, Tom.
There was Tom. You're jumping from book to book.
I don't have. You have a degree in English.
Tiny
How
Tim.
Can I
You're talking about
Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim, like Tom Thumb, exactly.
Jesus.
Tiny Tim. I knew it was a small boy who began T, right? Name begins with T. So he was. You know what happened in the last couple of podcasts? At the end of it, I've gone. That was the worst one. No, that's terrible.
This is the worst.
That's how I feel now.
Well, you're right.
But
this
normally,
then
afterwards, later, we listen to it, and I'm like, oh, that was actually quite good.
Well, I think you're going to be disappointed. I think this is the worst podcast we've ever done, and it's your fault.
Partly, like as I'm saying these things, I just look at you, and you're like side eyeing me. Partly because of
I'm not joking.
Partly because of the way we got it set up with the microphones, which I complained at the beginning. Can I get my own microphone stand, which I do at least have? But like the side eye, if you just look at me, this incredulous, like what's exactly like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Your dog was doing it to me earlier.
Yeah.
Right.
My dog hates you as well, Louis. You know, dogs are very
Merry
good sensors. They can sense nasty people. They can sense idiots.
This is
John's going to be
Christmas
really
is about
upset because he thinks we should be nice to each other.
joy. Don't swear and be nice to each other. Have you heard the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh no. Maybe we should. Maybe we should be at Christmas as well. We should be family friendly.
Well, it's not Christmas, is it? It's the 7th. Well, we're recording this on the 17th of December.
I mean, it's nearly as good as.
Yeah, but it's
isn't
not
it?
Christmas. Put up your decorations on Christmas Eve. That's what I say.
Bah humbug.
Are there no workhouses?
I feel like I'm actually more into Christmas than you. Is that right? Do you like Christmas?
I do. I went through a period of not liking it, and then I got back into it.
Right,
I think
brilliant.
that's pretty
Because
natural, isn't it?
I've said too much personal stuff on this podcast. Too many things. I'm like, oh, I wish I hadn't said that.
You.
Now, let's delve into your personal psyche, right? Tell me about Christmas.
When
The
I
time
think of
when
Christmas,
you didn't like
I
Christmas,
think
tell
of
me-
all those TV shows from Esther Rantzen I've enjoyed, those Christmas specials of That's Life, and I think, oh, my mate Louis Christie is related to her. That's my main thought of
Go
Christmas.
on, reveal something. Like, I'm imagine like what was the name of the ghost in Scrooge's? What was the name of the ghost?
Marley.
Marley. Oh, Bob Marley.
Not Bob Marley, that's stupid, Louis.
That would be stupid if someone said that. Right, so Bob Marley. I'm Bob Marley, and I'm coming back and come on, Nigel. Tell me about when you didn't like Christmas.
The ghost of...
Tell me about when you didn't like Christmas and
I
what
was
turned it
visited
around.
by the ghost of Bob Marley on Christmas Eve.
Come on, open up. Come on.
Open about what?
Tell me about when you didn't like Christmas.
There's no big story. There's no big... I just got bored of Christmas and then I go into it again. That's it. That's the whole story. Enjoy. Is that a good one for the podcast?
How old were you when you
I don't remember.
gave up on Christmas?
20s and I got back into my 30s. And here we are.
20s.
Mm.
And what was happening in your 30s, 20s?
I don't know. Stuff, music, things.
Were you too rock and roll for Christmas?
I was way too rock and roll for Christmas.
And then in your 30s you realised, maybe I could cash in on this. I'll release an album. I'll release a Christmas.
Yeah, but I'm not getting
Christmas
any
tune.
cash from the album. It's all going to...
Oh, it's going to Minds now, which is a good cause.
It's a good cause. You should know.
You're side-eyeing me. This is
You-
what I'm talking about. You're side-eyeing me. This is what I'm talking about.
Because, you know, you've had mental health problems. That was the look I'm looking for. That's the look of genuine anger that I've been trying to eke out of you the whole podcast.
Previous album by Nigel Thomas called Fear. What is it called? Joy.
I used to work for...
Joy, depression, and a moment of fame.
Yeah,
Depression.
but that wasn't about me. That
Tell
was
me about your depression.
No, but it wasn't. That
Led
the
you
joy.
to
The
name
person
the
I was
album.
singing about and get me wasn't me.
How convenient.
So yeah, got away from that.
Nurses. I don't know if you want to. Nurses on strike right now.
Yeah.
It's sort of a winter of discontent. But I'm hoping through this podcast will bring some joy and happiness.
Maybe
From our...
the government and nurses will hear this and they'll come together.
Well, I tell you what, I always cheers anyone up. It's music.
Mm.
I mean, if when you're having down times, as we've all had.
Mm.
I remember a friend of mine who's a musician, ex-musician, now flies an aeroplane for Ryanair. But I remember him saying when I was feeling down, he said, try and listen to music that always cheers me up. And I think that's a universal as a human being. And I'm hoping
Yeah, I
you've
think
got
you're right.
one to cheer me up now.
I do. Let's do one more song that I think will cheer you up. Louis, what do you think of this Christmas song?